Every time the beat drop.
It is 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are coming to you live from Radio Studios. This is Save and Continue, where we talk about video games, tech, the internet, entertainment, all that fun stuff. My name is Kyle. Joined by me, as always, is Frankie G.
Howdy.
And we are coming to you in Radio Studios in lovely New York. And yeah, we're live talking about the latest in games and tech. It's been 2 weeks.
And a lot has happened.
A lot has happened.
Yes.
Once again, we went on a quick break to recompose some stuff, but we are back, and a lot has happened. Right off the bat, we'll start like we always do. Are you playing anything new, or are you following anything new?
Well,
because now I'm counting Twitch streams, like what you're watching, as part of this segment.
Okay.
Because that, you living vicariously through Twitch might as well be considered playing.
I have not been watching Twitch. I really don't watch Twitch that often. But I have, in the time that we've last been on the show, I picked up through the Gold's premium service.
Because you have the Xbox One.
Yeah, I played the Tomb Raider reboot, finally.
Yes! Yeah,
it was free. I'm so happy I finally got to play it. So, like, what? Nice. So, I downloaded it and I already beat it since then, too.
Yeah,
so I completed the game.
For a while, have not gotten past like 18%, so that's reassuring.
Yeah. No, I definitely banged that out within a few days. But I was impressed. I was really impressed with Tomb Raider because, I mean, reboots are really a dime a dozen nowadays. They're all over the place, and it's always hit or miss,
As a note, this was released back, I don't want to say this was, but I feel like it was a much more popular time for reboots.
Right, this is the definitive version, by the way.
Yes, but like when
One.
Tomb Raider, this reboot was announced, I feel like that was back in the, I mean, Mega 64 did videos about it. Like, it was a couple years where reboots were very, very popular.
Yes.
So it's just even more so, just to make that point, like it stood above the rest in a watered-down field.
And I'm happy I waited because this is definitely not a game I would have paid for, and not because it wasn't a quality game, just because it was one of those games that I really wouldn't have cared enough to pay for. Because not only was it a reboot and I would have been taking the risk, but also you know, it's not really the kind of game I play anymore. Like, if there's any kind of game that I could compare it to, it's very much like the Uncharted series, but it has subtle mixes of like modern Resident Evil as well. So I got kind of like Resident Evil 5 vibes from it too, but like the good parts of Resident Evil 5, like the setting, gorgeous game. I was super impressed with the visuals of Tomb Raider. The voice acting, the characters weren't half bad.
The voice acting was great.
Yeah.
That was a very big, because as soon as I heard the young British voice of the new Lara Croft, I wasn't entirely on board with it.
I had such a crush on her.
It's because I failed every quick time event the game has given me, because I'm playing on mouse and keyboard and I'm still not used to hitting E and F. And just hearing that character die, like in those gruesome death scenes, is just...
Speaking of gruesome death scenes,
dies every time.
I did not know the death scenes were that gruesome. They were intense.
I'm terrified.
It
scares me.
From the right of the bat, I remember I fell in like I fell in the water, and I fall in the water. I'm like, okay, I drown. Typical video game stuff, you know. But then I get caught up against the current and slammed into the rock. Yeah. And that was very loud.
It's just like, you killed me. Okay, I get
it.
So just give me a game over screen.
But I like that grittiness. I really do. It did feel like it was Tomb Raider worthy because it did have the, I mean, spoiler, I guess, supernatural elements to it. I mean, the original Tomb Raider series had that.
And you got that like for playing the first 2 minutes of the game. You knew there was going to be
not really, not the 2 minutes, but it's very Uncharted-like in that sense too. And I gotta say, what it does better than Uncharted, I thought the gameplay was more fun than Uncharted's. When I think of Uncharted's gameplay, I think it's very simple and it's more of the ride rather than the game itself. So Tomb Raider kind of had both. It had the ride. You really enjoyed going from locale to locale, and I thought the gameplay was just very smooth. The controls were great. The combat was a lot of fun, even though it got a little too easy as the game went on because you get like dodge abilities. But I really enjoyed it. Like, I was actually looking to pick it up again every time I put it down, like the next day. So I'm looking forward to Rise of the Tomb Raider. I just saw some footage of it that came out of the recent conference. I forget which one that was. But they showed a lot of other stuff, including Halo 5 footage.
What was that? Yeah.
I forget. But I saw some footage off of it from Ready Up Live, this website that I get a lot of information from. So I'm definitely looking forward to the sequel. But I was really impressed. And Crystal Dynamics did a great job on it. And I really think that this is probably going to be better than the original Tomb Raider series. 'Cause I really never played too much of the original Tomb Raider, but I really, you know, it didn't really fancy me. I thought it was a little too cartoonish.
It's funny. I mean, a lot of people, for a game that left such a big legacy like Lara Croft and Tomb Raider, I don't want to say it's universally accepted that this is better than the original series, but for a while even they have like Tomb Raider Go for mobile, and a couple side-scrolling Tomb Raider games have been released on Xbox Live Arcade.
Yeah, there was a co-op one too.
Rival quality to the original Tomb Raider.
Well, I think Crystal Dynamics did a Lara Croft game before this. I think they did the arcade one. But yeah, it's really cool, and I like how they make Lara. You mentioned this on the show before. They make her a character that you really genuinely want to take care of and care about, and you know, make sure that she survives.
At all times,
exactly, yeah. And you know, she gets a little OP maybe by the end, but I mean, it is a video game after all. And I really just was so happy that Xbox Live and Microsoft allowed this to be, you know, a free download for people on Xbox One. So now, because I have an Xbox One, I've been thinking, what the hell am I going to pick up for this thing? You know, besides like Dead Rising.
Yeah.
And I was just happy that Xbox Live is really offering these deals now, because on a 360 and Xbox One, the original, it didn't have that. So it really seems like this generation is a little bit more generous in that way.
It's funny that you got it for free, because I also got Tomb Raider for free when I picked up my new PC. The EA has a big deal where they kind of like give you 1 or 2 titles for free, and I believe I had between that and the other option was, I think, Lego Batman. I remember sitting there for a couple of minutes being like, ooh, damn.
I heard Lego Batman wasn't that bad.
I was like, everyone, I called like 2 other people and they're like, what do you think of Tomb Raider? And I'm like, I heard good things about Lego Batman. I heard great things about Lego Dimensions.
I've barely seen anything about Lego Dimensions.
It's like they're combining all the Lego
like
games
Disney Infinity in a way, right?
In a small sense like that, but their game plan is like a 10-year plan of updates for this title, of like DLC. So it's kind of going in that direction of, I feel like they're trying to branch out less with their Lego games and kind of just centralize it all into one title that has every Lego character they have in it. Because they have like Doctor Who and all that stuff.
A couple other things I want to say about Tomb Raider before we get off this topic.
866.
Snapdog.
Snapdog? Snapdog.
The two things I just want to bring up, though, about Tomb Raider. One, I kind of wish, in the beginning of the game, I was getting more of a survival-esque feeling to it when it was with the gameplay, and it didn't go in that direction, which I was a little disappointed by, how you were like hunting the wolves, and you had to get food in the beginning. I wish it really played more into the gameplay. It became a little too much of an action game, I think, through most of it. I wanted some more of that, like maybe Metal Gear Solid, Snake Eater survival style to it.
I was surprised. I mean, that's interesting.
Didn't you notice that in the beginning? It started off like you thought it was going to be a certain way?
I was going to say, because I haven't gotten as far as you have. Suffice it to say, I don't think I'm past 50% of the game probably. So I'm playing a very different game than you. Because what I was about to say is I kind of like how it's not combat orientated. It was much more about like 90% of the game for me so far has been like climbing the cliffs. Even the character in the game,
no,
like
there's
Lara
still a lot
Croft,
of
is
that.
like more climbing. Oh god, and I'm like, don't care. As soon as I got the claw, I was having a blast.
See, there is still a lot of that. It doesn't skimp on the exploration and the climbing, but
it's a creepy icon. I'm sorry.
Just,
what the hell is that?
I don't even know. We should put our own faces in that.
We should.
Yeah.
But I think you need to get like a paid mod.
We'll get to that eventually.
We'll get Moobot Pro.
But yeah, I'm kind of hoping Rise of the Tomb Raider is going to have more of a survival element to it.
That'd be more crafting options maybe too, because they delved into that a little bit. But I didn't like how you had to go to the fireplace or the campground.
No, I didn't mind that.
And
I like that.
I don't know. They could have gotten deeper into that, I feel like.
Yeah, and one other thing too.
Clothing, maybe?
I think the end of the game kind of dipped off a little bit in the story. Like I think it felt a little rushed at the end story-wise. I didn't care as much at the end, but it was still fun. So yeah, that was cool.
I'm so happy someone else got into it, because McGuire, also another friend of the show, he's a big fan of Tomb Raider as well, and that's how I first got introduced. It was just watching over the shoulder, and it looked great from the get-go. So happy I got to play it. And 60 frames per second on the PC is that's the first game I really got like that whole graphics, like search everything to ultra.
Apparently the definitive edition, like they changed the hair technology.
Hey man,
from the
I'll show you a
360.
video of
It looks
NVIDIA
gorgeous.
hair work.
She looks gorgeous.
Yes. Well, it's like the movie Brave from Pixar. Like, didn't like the hair alone take
haven't
like
seen
a
Brave.
year to render?
I don't know.
Oh well, the hair is like,
Yeah.
The whole movie's about the hair.
Well, she was ginger. I mean, you could tell.
That's what I mean.
Kind of stands out.
What I wanted to get into as well, I mean, you
Halo
haven't
5.
watched it, I don't have anything else on it, but I wanted to give it like a little bit of a spotlight, is the show Mr. Robot. Have you heard anything about this?
No, I've heard a good thing about it. I think actually our friend Chris.
It's so good, everyone's first reaction to the show is, why is this on USA?
Yeah.
Like, it just does not seem like a USA show. It's
The
basically
quality
a
is
show
above that, right?
that delves accurately into hacker culture and kind of takes part in like the current climate of the world right now with Edward Snowden and internet privacy and conspiracy theories. But it's just one of those shows where it just leads you down a path and you go, oh, I like where this is going, and they say, nope, and they take it in a completely different direction. Christian Slater's in it. I'm finally appreciating Christian Slater which is weird because he's been around since the 80s and stuff. And it's just, again, all I want to say is great show, Mr. Robot. It just finished up the season finale.
I've been interested in it because I'm hearing it around.
Its season finale actually got delayed a week because they didn't want to be insensitive because some of the events in the episode corresponded too closely to that recently happened, that reporter getting shot live on the air.
Uh-huh.
And there's a scene in the season finale that replicated that a little too closely, just per chance. So they delayed it a week because they didn't want anyone getting pissed off, which is just interesting. And it was a great scene, and it's amazing. Snoop Dogg 666, Snop Dogg, thank you for the follow, my friend. You're a cool dude. Anyway, I wanted to talk about this as well. The black phone, do a little bit of tech here. $800. It is being called the smartphone for spies. Apparently, it's the most heavily encrypted Android-based phone on the market for 800 smackaroonies. And I thought that was very interesting because it replaces like all the chat functionalities in every app with the same kind of apps, but just heavily coded private ones. Very cool. Just another interesting device. Really liked it. Got to talk about this stuff a little bit more with tech. But yeah. Really cool stuff. Anyway, did you ever watch Death Note, the anime?
I want to.
Death Note, yeah, it's
I really
around,
want to.
That's like the same level of popularity as like Bleach and Attack on Titan.
Well, I know enough about Death Note. It's this point I just need to see it.
Oh, Snapdog, that's never gonna get old. That's never gonna get old. But well, they're doing a live-action movie adaptation of it, and they recently cast the main actor, Nat Wolff. He's fairly new to the scene and everything. You know, only have a few movies under his belt. But it led to the good question: we've probably talked about this before, but now with all these resurgences of this, like they're doing a live-action Akira and Death Note and Ready Player One.
Akira's still happening.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Steven Spielberg is behind Akira. He's going to be doing the Akira live adaptation.
We'll see.
And the Asian community is in an uproar because they have not announced casting yet, but apparently everybody's white. And so they're really pissed. But I was like, what do you expect? It's a Hollywood reimagining. Of course they're going to do that. Point is, what anime film would you like to see a live-action adaptation of that hasn't been announced? I mean, obviously there's the go-tos like Cowboy Bebop and all those things, and it's going to lead. This is going to parlay into another conversation, which I'm sure.
I don't know. Did you say parlay?
Yes.
Isn't parlay like the Pirates Code?
No, yeah, but you can also it parlays. It transfers in. Slides in.
Oh, okay, I don't know. Are you sure about that?
I'm 100% positive about that.
I
wouldn't just say a word.
I thought it was I'm like parlay
from
Pirates of the Caribbean. So this is interesting.
Are we still streaming?
This is an interesting question.
Sorry. Yeah.
Because anime has a very, and I think this is why everybody likes anime and why it's growing in popularity. Anime has a very distinct feel to it.
Yes.
I think the whole medium, like it's not only is it separate in animation, but it's just separate in entertainment. It just has a, maybe because it is, you know, Japanese, you know, origin, it has that feel to it. But something about the storytelling with an anime just is unlike anything else that, you know, I've ever really
It's interesting.
witnessed.
I feel like you could watch a live adaptation of an anime series and not knowing that it was an anime series, go, oh, this is probably an adaptation of an anime. Was this an anime before it was a movie?
Right.
I feel like you could tell based on style and plots
and like,
what is anime.
For example, The Matrix is famously, it's inspired by Ghost in the Shell.
Yes.
So, you know.
Well, they had their own anime adaptation
Yes.
with the Animatrix, which
yeah,
is
the Animatrix.
fantastic.
I saw it once, I forget about it. But,
oh, are you serious?
yeah.
Watch it again.
Yeah.
Really.
It's like the opposite.
Really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Like, it is arguably better than The Matrix.
I don't know really which one I would choose. 'Cause I don't know if I would want it. All these, because I'm big into Samurai Champloo. That's
Let's
my
say
favorite one.
it's going to be done great. It's going to become a great movie. Like, it's going to be done well the way you'd like it. What would you like to see an amazing live action of?
Maybe Black Lagoon would be
That's
really
what I
sick.
said. That's the first one on the list.
Black Lagoon would be pretty sick. Black
Lagoon.
I would just love to see Revy in a live, you know, as an actress.
Yes.
I want to see, like, who would they cast? Would she be sexy enough? You know, like.
You know, it's one of those, because it's one of those
But
series.
they would need to get her voice, because that's the whole thing. Voice acting is so, especially when there's good English, you know, voice acting casts. I mean, to me, that's. How did they pull that off? You know, I can't, like, I wouldn't be able to detach myself from their voices.
Yeah.
If they changed the voice. That's the whole thing with anime, like, I don't know.
It's tricky. You could definitely get, I feel like, a good enough voice to replace an English. Will it be the same? No, absolutely not.
I don't know.
But you can get a replica. I wouldn't let that stop those things from existing.
But really, I mean, you think about it, like, you know, Steve Blum as Spike and Steve Blum as Mugen and what's her face as Revy, I forget her name, but they, you know, they're so iconic with that character. I can't see it translating. But voice aside, could it work? Absolutely, anything could work, you know? But I would say that it would have to be my favorite animes that I have now.
I like the concept of Black Lagoon because it's not so much like fantasy, giant, crazy sci-fi. Like it's an anime, and for an anime, being that anime series are genuinely a lot of the time very outrageous, it's very grounded. It's very real. And it'd be interesting to see like a brutal anime that's that realistic to a point that it's scary.
And even Samurai Champloo, I think, would be pretty dope.
Samurai Champloo would be great. Yeah, I always thought again, I know it's crap, but I would like to see a live adaptation of it. Sword Art Online, I feel like would make a very good, or even Longer Horizon. You know what? Not specifically that anime. My point is
Sword Art Online
the trapped in video game story.
I know.
I feel it could be translated very well.
Sword Art Online would remind me of like a movie like Sharknado or something like that.
No,
that's not Sword Art. I'm talking about High School of the Dead.
I didn't say High School of the Dead.
I meant High School of the Dead. I was about to say High School of the Dead.
That's on my list too. I was still. Yeah, it could be a series.
High School of the Dead is like it could be totally be like a crappy B movie adaptation, but I think it would suck.
Speaking of, we're gonna take a quick break because I'm gonna get into this heavy when we come back. When we come back, we got lots more to talk about, including the Attack on Titan live action film. With lots of info about that.
Oh boy.
A couple other things with Twitch, some DraftKings things involving esports, and a whole bunch of other fun stuff. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Hey, this is Chris Jake, and if InRavio.com spots you at an event wearing this bracelet, they will give you $100.
Village Music Shop of Mastic. 1-800-HEY-DUDE. Your full-service store with personalized attention, school band instrument rentals and sales, music instruction on all instruments for all styles and age groups, for guitars, drums, amplifiers, PA systems, and accessories. It's Village Music Shop. 1495 Montauk Highway in Mastic. Call 1-800-HEY-DUDE or go to villagemusicshop.com.
This is Joe Larson. You should check out the 505 on Racing Show live every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or catch us on video on demand anytime, 24/7, only on the InRavio TV network.
Hey, we're back. Thank you for joining us again. Hang out for a bit. Right before the end of the show, 8 p.m., we were giving a Steam code giveaway. We don't even know what it's for. It's just a code. All we know is it's a code that you can enter into Steam. It is active, and it's for a premium game. None of that $4 game bullcrap. This is a full game. I'm not going to say the providers, but the person that gave it to me last time, I believe it was the game Enclave. So it's like a $30 MMO game for free. So who knows what it's going to be. We're going to ask a question, and you can answer it. And the first person to answer it gets the Steam code. We'll figure that out later in the show. But right now, we're talking about a bunch of cool stuff. We're just talking about anime film adaptations. I recently got to watch Attack on Titan, the first part, the live-action film.
Oh, you actually watched it?
I actually watched it.
Oh, I didn't know you actually saw it.
Oh, boy. It's pretty freaking bad, man. Like, we knew it was going to be bad, but this is, like, unholy bad. Like, they just changed all the characters. Like, this is Resident Evil live-action film adaptation bad.
I had a feeling.
Where they're just like, they took the character Mikasa and they were like, oh, you were like the most hardcore badass character in the series. You're just a regular girl now. Like, it's just so...
What about Levi?
Levi's not even in it. They already announced from the get-go that Levi is not going to make an appearance in any of the Attack on Titan live-action series.
He's the most badass character in the entire show.
He's not in the series at all. He's period not going to be there at all. Like done.
He's too good for the adaptation.
Yeah, right. Well, good because it's just
he is actually the most popular character in the show.
It was so bad. That being said, they took some liberties with the story clearly, but there were some really cool things where they made a lot of references to the world that existed before the Titans. Like they walked past a couple of I don't know how accurate this is to the actual like canon source material of Attack on Titan, but inside the walls are like decrepit, broken down tanks and like planes from like the 21st century.
Maybe some of the manga. I don't know.
That was the one thing that I was like, that's really cool. I really liked how they did that. Like, that was the one silver lining in the whole crap fest that was that movie. But just wanted to bring that up. Anyway, moving on. Twitch and Netflix are coming to the Oculus Rift. So they're gonna have a dedicated apps for it. And apparently we have a picture of what it will look like. Yeah. All right. So this is the actually this has been released the 24th for the Gear VR. Basically, it puts you in this living room with the headset on, and you can look around, and it basically has a TV in front of you that is all customizable. This is the Netflix viewing screen. And if you look straight up, it'll set you into a gaze mode where basically everything is just gray, and you're just staring at a screen video surface that just follows you around. And basically, that's what it's like. Apparently, from people who have worn it, they say they would rather be sitting in a movie theater, but it actually, for the purpose of what it is, it's actually not terrible because it's great at blocking out the outside world. Apparently, when you put the your face is amazing. Apparently, when you put the
Do you see my expression right now?
On your head, and like you put the actual like noise-canceling headphones on, you are fully immersed in this living room. And people say that's pretty cool about it because it's great at blocking out the outside world. But beyond that, I love that face.
Do you know how sad that sounds?
What?
I don't know, like...
How sad that sounds?
Why would I want to sit in my living room to be in a virtual living room? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I think the point of this is that you're not in your living room. I think the purpose of this is when you are traveling.
Yeah, good point. Duh, so you take it somewhere. Well, yeah, but you know what? Still, I don't know.
Like,
okay, all right.
I'm imagining sitting on an airplane.
Like if you're in an airplane, okay, yeah, but...
It bothered me too because there are settings apparently where
I didn't think of it like that.
If you're in mobile like environments, like there are settings where it will stay like this in front of you the whole time.
Right.
Like, moving around won't actually change where the screen is in reference to you. But the fact that people have like said it's great at blocking out the outside world, I think the noise canceling headphones play a larger factor to that than anything. Just being fully immersed in that one environment, not hearing anything besides the film, and just seeing that environment. I could get how you might get sucked into it.
Yeah, do you know what? I was thinking of it in a very specific scenario.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm sitting on my couch.
I'm just imagining sitting
in front of my TV, not actually looking at my TV. So, you know, okay, that makes sense if you're on an airplane. Okay, I'm cool with that. That's cool. But I wouldn't have thought of that, so it's a good idea.
It's a unique point because honestly, it's like it's hard sometimes to just put iPod headphones in your ears and then just pull up your tablet and just watch something on a plane. Like it's hard to get immersed in a film like that, you know. And I feel like this is this is where it could serve a purpose, more or less. You know
I agree.
What I'm saying? I see potential in that way.
But you can really think of anything with Oculus Rift now. You just do it, you know, with anything. Honestly.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're making the guy that. They got to start with that. Justin Roiland, the creator / star of Rick and Morty, he created the show / voice acts both the guys, is working on an HTC Vive VR game based on the Rick and Morty universe.
Did they actually confirm that?
He said it's not. They didn't confirm.
They didn't confirm it.
The Rick and Morty universe, but it's going to be a universe exploratory game that's very, very similar to the same universe as Rick and Morty. So imagine a lot of crazy characters. Will they be the same characters? I don't know. But there might be some aliens.
In my opinion, it probably is a Rick and Morty
flipping
game.
nipples. Like there's going to be characters named that. Like that's the Rick and Morty universe.
I just want Poopy Butt Pants just like right next to me.
Mr.
Poopy. Yeah, just right here.
Mr. Poopy
Oh, God, I keep on calling
Mr. Poopy
Butt.
Butthole. Get that right.
It's so much vulgar.
Right?
Yeah.
While we're on the topic of Netflix and Twitch, there's some controversy after Twitch banned live streaming of a video game called Rinse and Repeat, which apparently is a shower simulator. Basically, it's an Unreal Engine game where you basically just rub down a man in the shower. And that has been banned on Twitch for live streaming, and it's caused a bit of an uproar as to what you can and cannot stream on Twitch, like where the line is for that kind of, you know what I'm saying? Your thoughts?
I'm speechless tonight.
Yeah. I don't know. Those stories. Just to put it in perspective, some other games that are banned on Twitch are anything basically with the adult rating. So that's the game Hatred, which is that top-down shooter where basically...
Which doesn't deserve all the, you know, the controversy.
Any accolades? Is it really?
I don't even know. It was one of the...
The minute I saw it, I was like, oh, God.
It got its 15 minutes of fame. You know what I mean? Honestly, I really... It's not like the most violent game I've ever seen. I've seen games that have been equally as violent, just not put...
Yeah.
The context of it was different. You know, the context was, I guess, more offensive than anything else. But I think people were giving it way too much power. You know what I mean? It was ridiculous to me. But a game like this, I mean, I don't know. I
mean, you can only speculate, but when I heard of Hatred and heard like it got banned off Steam and stuff, I'm like, that's exactly what the developer was going for.
Probably.
Like they were hoping that was going to happen. Then the online community would come back and go, nothing should be banned because this is the internet. They get it back on Project Greenlight, and now it got its attention and it's got its sales.
And then it gets more sales.
I saw that from the get-go, and I was just like, all right, even if this is a good game, I'm not even going to give it the time of day because of that.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so the game Hatred is banned. Fahrenheit Indigo Prophecy, which I was very surprised about. I mean, it's a gruesome game, and it's got its like its moments, but really,
well,
like
Fahrenheit Indigo Prophecy, is that a sequel to Indigo Prophecy, the old one?
I believe that is Fahrenheit Indigo Prophecy. Is that not the same one?
Because it's if I'm not mistaken, isn't that the game that oh my God, the Heavy Rain creators made?
Yes, it was.
It is.
Right,
yeah, I never played the original, and Indigo Prophecy is one of those games that I've always wanted to play. It was on the original Xbox.
You know how I saw that game? I watched it on the old G4 TV show.
Oh, and Cinematech.
Cinematech. I watched the whole story on Cinematech.
Cinematech was awesome. If there's anything to come back to TV, it's Cinematech.
Oh God, it's too.
For anyone that doesn't know what Cinematech is, it's just you watch video game cutscenes back to back to back to back. Like a show, and there's commercial breaks and everything, but
before Let's
Plays,
it was awesome. Before
YouTube, yeah, it was sick.
It was you'd go and watch
just right on your
TV.
TV. Yeah, it was amazing.
And then when YouTube came out, one of the first things I did on YouTube was watch cutscenes of video games to basically like get caught up.
But Indigo Prophecy, I'm curious to why that.
Yeah, again, I mean, it was.
I don't know what the content's like,
but it was like a mystery, a murder mystery.
Well, the game, yeah, I mean, it was by no means a children's game, but I don't remember it getting violent spread. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So maybe this one is a lot more. Who knows? Because Heavy Rain was still pretty intense too. You know?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. If Heavy Rain wasn't banned, then why is it? Yeah. But and then of course Manhunt 2 Uncut was banned in there as well, which is understandable. I mean, when you can strangle people to death with plastic bags, it's not exactly hard to figure out why you're banned off there. But yes. What else we got here? Is there anything you were going to bring up for the show?
Oh my God, the influx of Halo 5 footage is incredible. Of course. Have you seen any of it? Well, listen, the reason why I'm completely just going off about Halo 5 the past few months is because not only am I a Halo fan, but this is actually a legitimate excitement for the Halo series, because Halo's been kind of in a lull the past few years. Not because the games have been bad or stale, they just haven't really changed much, and I feel like they made some changes that necessarily weren't really for the good of the series.
Well, they promoted Buck, so that was a step
uno. Well, I told you right away as soon as I found that out.
Well, I had to Google that when I saw when I saw the first 5 minutes of the cinematic, and I saw
which looks incredible.
I saw Nathan Fillion's character in Halo Spartan Armor. I went to Google and I'm just like promoted. Like I looked the story up and I was like, oh, he got promoted.
See,
love that.
This is the vibe I get though. Like, I thought Halo 4 had a lot of money behind it. Like, of course, it's Halo.
It did have money behind it.
It did, but it's Microsoft's flagship series. But Halo 5, it's going beyond everything Halo 4 did in graphics, in the polish, the advertising, the trailers, the cinematics. They're upping the ante once again. I'm getting the same vibe as when Halo 3 was coming out and how much they were promoting that. Do I think the game's going to be a lot better than Halo 3? Hell yeah, because I did not like Halo 3 personally. But I'm watching the new...
It's funny though, because I was going to say, how much do you think marketing-wise, because Halo 3 had one of the craziest...
You're never going to top Halo 3. You're never going to top Halo 3.
Like, do you remember that? I still have...
Halo 3...
I still have limited edition Master Chief Mountain Dew bottles.
Halo 3, the trailers that they had, and Gamer Fuel, Game Fuel, whatever it was.
They made a whole Mountain Dew for it. Yeah, like, Jesus.
So... we're not going to reach those heights again, but we're in a different age. Yeah, but Halo 5, now they're showing the new footage. They've been showing footage in increments over the past few months, and it's been showing little improvements by little improvement since the beta. And everything is... what are you looking at?
No, I'm trying to type, but I want my face to
and everything is just looking better and better the more and more footage I see with each conference that they present, new Warzone content, everything. Warzone's looking incredible. It looks like it's going to be the game type I'm going to go to aside from Arena. The game looks as fluid as ever. The menus look incredible, nice and crisp and sharp. They have so many weapon variations that they unveiled in Warzone, where like you get different variants of the guns we've been so used to playing using over the years. So it's very much like Halo Online, the Russian-only release. When they had all those.
Oh my God, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, Halo Online had all these different kind of variants of like the assault rifle and BR. And Halo 5 is going to have that as well. The only thing I'm a little concerned about with Halo 5 right now.
Concerns.
Concerned. It's just a gut feeling because I feel like Bungie and 343, have really been lacking on this, and that's the campaign. And we've seen 2 campaign levels so far, really 3, but the 2 that they've shown more than anything. And the campaign's supposed to be longer than Halo 4's, thank God, because I thought Halo 4's was boring. I thought it was short. I didn't think much of it.
I forgot Halo 4 story.
I played it again just recently because the Master Chief Collection. So it's not bad. It's just it's not up to the quality that I expect from Halo.
I don't remember any of the levels. They were all the same in my
head. They were boring. No standout levels, nothing. But like Halo 5 is going to be longer, but I'm hoping that the quality is going to exceed the quantity of Halo 5's campaign. Because from what I've seen so far in Halo 5's campaign, it has like the Spartan Ops complex to it. And Spartan Ops was a mode in Halo 4 where you kind of just went in these like really just whatever levels and you just shot Covenant. That's all it was in Forerunners. And I get that vibe, like it's kind of like just, you go to locale to locale to just shoot and like the design, I feel like the design isn't there as much as in previous Halo games. I thought Halo 1, 2, and 3 had great campaigns. ODST was great. Reach had a pretty decent campaign. So I'm just hoping Halo 5's campaign kind of brings back my love for campaign because it has a lot going for it, but there's something sitting in my gut that is just telling me that I might be disappointed if I put too much faith in Halo 5's campaign. Story-wise, it's looking to be great because it's more
between campaign and story to you?
No, I'm saying the story as in the characters. I'm talking about gameplay.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I'm just hoping that there's good design in the gameplay because I thought Halo 4's campaign was the worst designed Halo campaign out of all of them.
Don't remember.
It was just boring. Yeah, exactly. It was not memorable at all. So that's it. That's all I have to say about it. It's just looking to be like I'm literally like drooling at my screen, seeing Halo 5 and seeing all this multiplayer footage that's coming out even better than before. I'm like, oh my God, like this is what Halo has needed for years. And the way how fluid it is, the way you move, everything, they fine-tuned it to a T. So, this is all I'm going to need to really get out of my Xbox at this point.
It was interesting about Halo 5. I was reading up on it because there was a lot of there was some hearsay a little bit on the internet. People were saying that or claiming or calling out Bungie, saying that they were trying to push Halo's multiplayer too much in the esports direction.
343, you mean?
343, sorry.
Yeah.
They were kind of like saying that they were kind of like putting the campaign to the side or sacrificing some multiplayer elements to make it much more profitable in the esports scene.
And who said this?
This was just some speculation online.
Yeah.
In general, there's like, hey, you guys are really, because esports are getting more and more popular, and a lot of more FPSs are coming out, and they're wondering, hey, is this game even a video game, or are you just building this to make a competitive shooter? And I don't know who specifically it was on the 343 team. But they responded with, because he must have been an original Bungie member for him to have said this. And I gotta try and find the quote because it gave you goosebumps. But he quoted something they said back in the 2000s about Halo 2, where they went back to their 5 minutes of fun concept. Where they had that system.
Yes, you need to be having fun.
So basically, he just shut these people down with the 5 minutes of fun concept. And he's like, we've been saying this literally since Halo original.
Yes,
and
I remember it.
I just slammed my table down. I'm like, that's why these guys
are awesome. It's the truth, but here's the thing. When I think Halo, the first thing I think of for me is competitive multiplayer.
Yeah. Well,
Halo 2 was
the reason Xbox Live is
right.
What it is.
That's what I'm saying. So, if anything, Halo needed to go back in this direction because Halo 4, while it was, in my opinion, a step up from the previous couple Halo games before that, it had elements to it that were completely just shoving competitiveness aside, and they just put randomness instead.
That's interesting.
So it doesn't seem random anymore, which I'm happy.
I feel like they had much more of a push towards competitive in Halo 4 compared to Halo 3. Did it work in the right way? Maybe not, but I definitely feel like they were pushing much more in they were trying at least to make this much more of an esports.
They had to make some tweaks to Halo 4 to make it competitive. Halo 3 was already competitive to begin with.
Yeah.
Even though I think Halo 3 is a crap multiplayer game. I like the campaign. I do not like the campaign.
See, I don't like the campaign.
Yeah, it's like a great example of that actually too is we were talking about Tomb Raider before. Tomb Raider's multiplayer.
Well, some games it's like
garbage.
It's like you don't. Hey guys,
it's so bad.
Hey guys, you didn't need it.
You didn't need it. But the bad. What sucked about Tomb Raider's multiplayer, from what I played, I mean, the controls actually changed from the campaign. So you don't do that. You don't change the controls because you get so used to playing a certain way.
You learn that?
It's dumb. It's just dumb.
Shadow Boy, God, where were you like 20 minutes ago? We were just having a cell phone conversation. Don't get the iPhone 6s. That is, everyone's freaking out about the whole like pressure-sensitive screen and all that fun stuff. Literally not anything new to justify you paying that price for a new iPhone, especially a 6s model. Wait for the 7 to see how that looks. But again, dude, Apple. Downhill right now. Their latest release from their convention was like the Apple iPad Plus or something, and it's basically a crappy Microsoft Surface that costs 5 times as much. And Microsoft just released the brand new Microsoft Surface, and it kicks ass. That's a full computer with an attachable keyboard. The iPad is an iPad, it's app-based, but the Surface is a full-on computer, USB, hard drive, everything. Oh, it's amazing, dude. Yep. It's a tablet, it's great.
Is it out? It's coming out.
It's out, it's brand new, yeah. Well, they've had the Surface for a while. This is just the most updated one. Hi, Optics, or Optiplex. You look familiar, I think we've seen you before. But like I've been telling everybody, it's the last iPhone I'm getting. This is one of the last Apple products I've got. This is my MacBook. I just got a brand new PC all the way from now on. It makes no sense. You are literally paying, unless you're like a graphic designer or you're using something like for video editing or something in the creative field or industry, there's no reason for you to have an Apple product. Absolutely not. People are like, oh, you don't get viruses. Any 20 minutes of effort for virus protection software, you're fine on your PC. Open-ended, you can open it up yourself.
Rowdy's Mac just got a malware attack.
What'd you say?
Rowdy's, like a Mac,
yeah.
He's got a huge monitor. It just got like
That's interesting because that's
so I was surprised. It was the first time I've ever seen. Like, how did you manage to pull that off?
You have to go out of your way to get a virus on a MacBook. I've gotten one. You have to go looking, like literally, like Google MacBook virus. Like that's how hard it is. Because the one thing for Apple products is that you can be said is like they're heavily encrypted. iPhones are great for internet security. Androids are way more susceptible. But the next phone I get is Android. Jumping off the Apple bandwagon, you're paying so much money for something that just does not change.
It's the only thing. My battery just sucks. It's the only thing with my Android.
And it's like any smartphone. You can open up the back and get a custom battery that you order online. That's the beauty of it. Is that they're all open-ended. You can crack that baby open and do what you will. That's why I like my PC. It's huge. But that's because I can open it up and fill it full of crap. I won't have to buy a new PC for literally a decade because I can just keep upgrading this baby. That's my point. Yes, iPads are big iPhones. I mean, I have an iPad mini. It serves its purpose. Do I need it? Absolutely not. Would never say the word need. But it's handy when you want to sit in your bed and stuff. Or I use it for music production and it's like for live DJing and stuff. So it serves its purpose. But it really is. My Nexus 5 is slowly down. What phone should I get? Well, they got the new Galaxy is out. And then they have the new Curve as well. That's the one that has the actual, well, it curves around the side of the phone, so there's like notifications that pop up on the side. That's one of the new ones. But a lot of people are saying, again, phones are, you gotta be careful with phones. Early adoption, especially in the phone industry, is super, super sketchy.
Oh yeah, we're like
with
guinea
iPhones
pigs.
and everything. Always wait to get, I mean, I'm one of those guys that has to adopt everything super early too. Like, it's a problem. But, there should be a 1,009 milliamp battery. I don't know what that is. You'd be on me on that one.
Sounds like something I need.
I would not get the Curve. The Curve is really cool because it has the notifications on the side, and you're going to be seeing that in a year from now. You're going to see that on every phone. They're absolutely. That's like the next big thing is the adoption of that and wireless charging because a lot of phones now are coming built with that. The new Galaxy has wireless charging in it. A lot of industries are getting on that bandwagon too. We were at Starbucks recently, and the tables have a little circle pad built into them, and where Android phones that support it, you just put your phone on top, it starts charging immediately. So that's like the big next thing now is wireless Bluetooth charging and the curved sides of the phones. But I wouldn't get this one yet. Wait for the next edition. Again, they're going to come out with like 10 different models of this in about a year from now. Moral of the story, Apple, Android, up. We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, lots more to talk about with video games, tech, and all that fun stuff. And we have a Steam code giveaway. It's random for a premium game. We don't even know what it is. None of that $3 stuff, though. It is a full game. The last one we used from the same people was like a $30 game. It's
Portal.
Enclave. That'd be good, though. That's a great game. Actually, no, Portal's free on Steam, so...
Portal,
let's hope it's not.
You're paying for Portal.
But so stick around because we're going to ask a riddle, and then the first person to answer that over the next commercial break will get the game. So stay with us. We'll be right back in a couple seconds. Thank you for watching. Save and continue.
Hey, this is Chris Less Jake, and if InRavio.com spots you at an event wearing this bracelet, they will give you $100.
Village Music Shop of Mastic. 1-800-HEY-DUDE. Your full-service store with personalized attention, school band instrument rentals and sales, music instruction on all instruments for all styles and age groups, for guitars, drums, amplifiers, PA systems, and accessories. It's Village Music Shop. 1495 Montauk Highway in Mastic. Call 1-800-HEY-DUDE or go to villagemusicshop.com.
This is Joe Larson. You should check out the 505 on Racing Show live every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or catch us on video on demand anytime, 24/7, only on the InRavio TV network.
Yeah, it's like a jack. What happened was I left my box outside.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're all destroyed.
Yeah, no, I left my box outside. Yeah, get a solo cam of my guys. I left them in a box outside my car of the studio, and I came back the next day, and the box is still there, and everything got run over by a car. I had my headphones.
That's not how you take care of Cortana.
Like the good headphones, like the ones we used like when we did the Let's Plays of Dead Rising. Welcome back to the show. We're coming to you live. It is 7:42, talking about games, tech, the internet, all that fun stuff. We're gonna do the riddle now, just in case, because we got people in here right now. So we got a riddle. The first person to answer this in the chat will get a Steam code redeemable on the Steam online client service for one premium game. That can be anything. It's more than basically $10 though. Good games, really good stuff. And we got Eric, our studio guy, got us a question. What was it? All right, from the TV show Futurama.
What is Bender's apartment number?
Yes. In the show Futurama, the character Bender has an apartment. What is the number of his apartment? The first person to answer that in the chat will get the code, and I will whisper it or private message it to you. Either one, either or. Throw up below a third of that if you can. It's like type up just like what's Bender's. Oh crap! Is that right? No, that's incorrect.
Bite our shiny metal asses.
Is that, because it's binary.
No, that's not the answer.
Well, it's binary, so it could
that's
say
not his
something.
address, no.
Come on, it's Futurama. If anyone's going to have, like, an actual... we got another guess. What's that? That is correct? Hey, it's correct!
Ding, 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 ding!
Multiplex, congratulations! Good job, friend. You get the Steam code. I don't know how to whisper. I don't know how to get it to you. But, oh, wait, no, I'll figure it out. Hold on. Yeah. All right, so that was Bender's apartment number. We're going to be doing that every show. And then a lot of the streams, too. Like Wednesdays, I PC stream at 12 o'clock. I will be doing a Steam giveaway for that as well. And then any other time, pretty much, too. We got tons of Steam codes. I'm going to send that to you. And if you could, shoot us a message, or if you can do it before the end of the show, let us know what game it was. We have no idea what it is. Just give us the code. You're awesome! Thanks for watching and following. I'm going to figure out how to send it to you. While I do that, let's see what else we have, though. Oh, so this is really, really cool. Letterman has left the building. He's gone from The Late Show. It's officially being taken over by Stephen Colbert. He does The Late Show on CBS.
Kyle was actually on the show, by the way.
I was on Letterman like 8 months ago, so not anymore.
He did a sketch.
Good game, bro. So anyway, Hello Games' founder, Sean Murray, will be appearing on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, the video game developer.
My pocket's out.
Is your pocket?
Sorry, my pocket was out of my pants. It was like this. Yeah. You see that? I'm a freaking mess tonight.
Sean Murray, the Hello Games' founder, will be appearing on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert as a guest, and they are saying that he will most likely be demoing the game No Man's Sky and giving us some information.
That's going to get a lot of attention.
Yes, I wanted to bring this up because from the get-go, Stephen Colbert said that he claimed that his show is going to be introducing a lot of guests that kind of broke the status quo when it comes to late-night talk shows, kind of. A lot less celebrities, more politicians, more founders and creators. So he's obviously following the route right now with this, right at the bat, getting a video game developer of one of the most exciting titles coming out. No Man's Sky, and I'm extremely excited to see this because I still don't know how it works.
I just hope it doesn't.
He claims so much.
I know, but I'm just hoping it doesn't turn into the next sport.
We offline? Oh.
You're paranoid. You're paranoid.
Things say stuff.
I think No Man's Sky has the potential of being either really good, or it's just going to be like Spore, and it's just going to fall off the map, and it's going to be like this huge hypes thing, and So
was Spore a commercial disappointment?
Spore was a everything disappointment. it wasn't really as exciting as originally intended. So. Everything changed about it, the whole visual style. So I'm just hoping. I'm just hoping that I like that word. I'm hoping that No Man's Sky is just living up to what the creators are saying it is. It sounds incredible. We've talked about it so many times on this freaking show. It's just a matter of actually witnessing it and playing it ourselves at this point.
Really excited for it. I'm excited to learn because again, he's promised so much, like really so much. What about Black Ops 3 and old gen to next gen? Oh, I'm glad he brought that up. All right, so yeah, Shadow Boy, cool. Thank you for the segue.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
So has this ever happened before? Have they ever done this?
I think they have.
Really? All right, well, so those of you out of the loop, Black Ops 3 Call of Duty will be released on both next gen current gen and past gen consoles, PS4, Xbox One, all that fun stuff, optimized obviously for the current gen generation. The big thing there, though, apparently because the 4-person co-op of Black Ops 3 is so strenuous, the campaign is not going to be released on past-gen consoles. So Xbox 360,
it's a great topic.
And I'm assuming the Wii is not going to be included in there, but the PS3 as well.
But the Wii existed.
They'll be getting the multiplayer functions and the zombie functions, obviously, but will not be getting the campaign because apparently developers said it's just too strenuous.
This is a great topic because it's definitely controversial. But I personally, I'm on the side that doesn't really have much of an issue with it. Not only because, me not being a Call of Duty fan aside, let's say if this happened to a series that I like, such as Halo, if they omitted the campaign. I feel like at this point, like anything, if you're not keeping up with technology, even if it's financial or whatever, you're going to kind of suffer for that unless you like staying where you are. So. With that said, if you're not getting a full experience, I think it's just good enough that you're getting something that is on an next-gen system that is being toned down because, there is a chance you might not have had that at all. So would I want to, really compromise and just take the multiplayer and no campaign? Well, it depends how much I really want to play it that badly. But to me, it makes sense, because if they want to make money off of the past generation, while not expending too many resources to really flesh out an entire campaign for another console, it makes sense to me. It makes a lot of sense, because just get a new console and play it on that, or just stick with what you got and at least get some kind of experience out of it. Because not many games even have 2 versions like that. We have seen this a couple of times, I think, when it was, last generation, when that was the current generation. But I honestly think this is a good move on their part.
This is
it's not something that could be bitched about.
Yeah, this is I'm glad you brought that up. This is a classic case of perspective. Because immediately when I heard this, I didn't hear, oh man, these bastards are taking out part of the game. I heard, hey guys, we still care about the people left behind.
Right, so you can look at it in 2 different ways.
You can look at this as a half glass full situation, or half glass empty.
Perfect.
If I was a guy that paid for a brand new Xbox One or PS4, I want an optimized game where they try to put all their resources into that because I paid the money for the new box that plays that game to play that game. So it would be ridiculous for people to complain about that if they're not willing to give the money and to upgrade the box to get them to play the new game, all right? They should be happy with, and I'm not saying that people aren't.
No, I know
this is a very
I know
small
what you're
part of
saying,
the internet, I'm sure,
but
I would be grateful because it's just like they're still caring enough to do this. They could have easily said, no, we're not doing that. We're abandoning you. We're going for the new generation. It happens all the time.
That has happened. Games that were being made for 360 and PS3 were nixed. And just made, do you know we're just going, current generation. So, yes, I think this is a plus.
It's a good thing.
Yes.
It's a good thing.
Yes, it's a good thing.
I'm amazed.
I'm still not playing it. Screw that. Screw that shit.
I'm amazed this can be done. Is my point. Where this is cool that they can do this. That they can kind of combine features and strip away features based on how much you're paying. I mean, they've kind of been doing that with DLC. That's kind of the controversy of how much of the game have they actually. How much of the time have they been working on the DLC, why they've been working on the game, so how much of it actually should have been included in that $60 price tag. That's a whole other story.
That's another topic, though, too.
That's another topic. pop topic, but it's interesting they can do this, that they can kind of give at least a little bit of something to some people who can't afford as much, and the price tag is going to reflect this. And it's going to be cheaper.
And with that said, the gameplay I don't think is really too different from that console to current generation.
No,
compared to 360 from the original Xbox, you know? So you're still going to get the basic multiplayer experience without really, you know, sacrificing much.
And even though I'm a campaign person myself, a lot of people universally play Call of Duty for the multiplayer aspects. You're getting the most important part of Call of Duty and the zombies.
If that happened with Halo, I could see where there would be more of an issue, because Halo has a more, you know, more of a fan base when it's with this campaign, you know. And I'm not saying Call of Duty's campaigns are bad. You know, I mean, like
Modern Warfare. I mean, Black Ops was really good.
I'll tell, like, I have not played the current over the past few years their campaigns. I played, you know, Call of Duty 4 and I played Modern Warfare 2. Yeah, you know, they were pretty good campaigns. I enjoyed it a lot, but.
El Reng, we do a Steam code giveaway where we ask a question per each show. So every Thursday and Wednesday we'll be doing that Steam code giveaways, and sometimes in the middle of the week.
You have to guess the color of our underwear.
What was yours? Theirs is like the Scottish pattern.
My Commando?
You're not Commando. Yeah, all right.
No, I'm not.
Cut the camera. Change the camera.
I thought it was Commando today.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
The question, what was it? It was what was Bender's apartment number from the show Futurama?
Yeah.
I can't remember the question.
Yes.
Optiplex, if you could, let us know what game it was, if you don't mind, if you've answered it. Or first off, I want to make sure it works, because otherwise I got screwed.
Yeah.
Second off, I'd like to know.
What I just want to bring up, because you mentioned something on pre-order. There was actually just a controversy with. I didn't read much into it. Well, this is pre-order DLC.
Oh, okay.
That the new Deus Ex that's coming out.
Augmented edition.
There's some kind of pre-order bonus that they actually got rid of now.
Yeah.
Because people were. That's what it was about. Okay. Because I didn't know much about this, but I heard that that Square Enix actually redacted that whole offer, and it's like it's no more anymore. So I guess everyone's gonna get it.
Wow. Yeah. Well, I mean,
good.
So,
I know, because I'm not a fan of pre-order bonuses anymore. And going back to Halo 5, you know, putting aside the beautiful decision they made to make all the multiplayer maps free, but they're also making all pre-order bonuses from your favorite retailer achievable in the game. So you don't need to actually pre-order something to get something like that. So I'm just happy. I don't mind pre-order bonuses if everyone has a chance of getting it. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
Yeah, but
I agree with that as well.
Yeah, so that's cool. It seems like everything's going in a good direction.
I was interested because this is where people are kind of just like you kind of see yourself or your parents and yourself. I sound anytime I see a GameStop commercial come on, I sound like my mom when she's watching like the
There's still GameStop commercials?
Yeah. Like when there's like an intro to like a celebrity show where it's like tonight on Celebrity Dish. As soon as I see a GameStop commercial, I imitate my mom, just like, ugh, this ought to be good. Because the next thing that follows up is like, pre-order this GameStop edition to get your limited edition leopard striped camo print gun.
Oh, I remember that now.
Call of Duty 18.
Yeah, I don't know how I forgot there were commercials, because when I used to work, when I used to work at GameStop, I remembered it was just on repeat, and I just.
Well, yeah.
I made fun of them every time. Man. That stupid little bunny.
Yeah. And then they started doing like machinima kind of, where the characters are in there. Like they did it for Halo a bunch, and this was Juggernaut Edition and the mini fridge. Oh yeah, so the Black Ops 3. Actually, I got to play a little bit of Black Ops 3 because I remember we talked about it. They had that glitch functionality where it was kind of like you had to reverse time in multiplayer. Really works pretty damn well actually, because again, it changed it in the way that it only gives you 2 or 3 seconds, so its uses are limited.
It's a lot in
but at
FPS.
the same time, that is so much time. Like depending on where you are and how you use it, it could literally be nothing, or it could change the whole freaking game.
When I hear the word glitch, it's like quick.
Yeah, exactly. Honestly, it's like you walk through a doorway and there's a guy on the left and he shoots you and you just immediately glitch and it's 3 feet back out the door. So that's what its intentions are. It's like very subtle but beautifully done. Black Ops 3 is getting a Juggernaut edition and it has a mini fridge that comes with it.
Forgot about that.
There's if you search like reference, like I don't know how you would Google it, but like size reference to like how big the actual mini fridge is, like it will fit on your monitor probably. mini fridge is not accurate. Mini fridge is more accurate to the size of this thing. Not worth it. I'm guilty of buying some very dumb legendary edition crap from games, but this is like takes the cake I will laugh at you if you have this in your house. Just like,
Come on, bro.
It's
probably gonna break too.
What's up?
It's probably gonna break.
Oh yeah, God, it's like the size of. It's gonna be that.
Oh,
big.
I could fit my one Mountain Dew in it.
No,
now.
seriously, it says you can fit like 6 cans, and like their reference is Mountain Dew. Like that's their measurement.
Oh really?
It's Mountain Dew
Their
cans.
measurement is Mountain Dew.
That's how they pay. It's not inches or feet. It's how many Mountain Dew
That should
cans.
be a universal measurement.
That's what I say. Like 3 countries in the world still use the imperial system with us, and we also use the Mountain Dew system. And then there's metrics.
America.
America, baby. We're almost out of time. And we got
Call
a couple
of Duty
minutes
America.
left. Is there anything else? One thing I want to bring up, because I'm going to be doing this, DraftKings. Do you know what DraftKings are? There's those commercials on TV all the time. Basically, DraftKings is a fantasy football host where you can do fantasy sports, basically. And that's, you know, there's like fantasy league with football and all that stuff. But like basically you sign up, people are like, I put in $30 and won $4,000 playing FanDuel or whatever. So DraftKings is one of the most popular services. And then next month they are starting an esports series where you can actually start a fantasy league and compete against people, like picking out professional video game players and stuff. I'm interested to see what that's going to entail, just because there's so many video games. Like, I'm assuming these are going to be like League of Legends players or like
Yeah,
Dota
that's
or
what I
something.
assume at this point.
Like the most popular game of the most popular game. Before we go, Optiplex, anything? What game was it? Let me know. I'm curious. If you had to get Halo or
You had to get Halo 5 or Black Ops 3. What and why?
Oh,
man.
Halo.
Well, me, Halo, because I'm
Halo.
a longtime Halo fan.
No, I mean, even if you're not a Halo fan, Black Ops 3 really isn't exactly shaping up to be, you know, a revolutionary game in the series, whereas Halo is kind of
I'm not
ramping
just
up.
saying this because I'm a Halo fan. There's a lot of love and care and community being put in mind with the creation of Halo 5. So that's why I would go with it. I can't say much about Black Ops 3 because I have not been following its development process. I have not watched any gameplay. But I can tell you from my perspective that Halo 5 is not going to be a bad experience whatsoever. I think you're going to find something that you like about it. I think they might be announcing Forge next week. So, you know, that's just a whole nother aspect to Halo.
Really curious how to see what
So,
they're doing at that.
I might do something crazy with it again, dude.
I
might. I made some crazy stuff years ago.
You got was it internet famous? For a
Yeah,
little bit
I was on
because
Kotaku for like a week, whatever. But the
well, you made like a
I
one-by-one replica of Spencer Mansion.
I recreated
for Halo.
Resident
Evil.
the Resident Evil 1 mansion from Resident Evil. I remade
one-by-one replica. Like,
yeah,
it's
one
like,
by one. Like you walked in it like it was the size it should have been.
Like I like just walk down the halls and just like laugh, just like oh my god.
And it was on Halo Reach.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it was pretty crazy.
Yeah,
Well,
it was
Halo
great.
Reach Forge World was like. I loved.
Oh, it was
Forge World
great.
so much.
Yeah, so I might utilize Forge again in Halo 5. But I mean, I would go with Halo 5 to be honest.
Halo 5.
Halo 5.
I mean, it's totally. You know,
It's got
different strokes for different folks.
It's got
but
characters. You know, it's a very character-driven
heart.
game, and I don't know.
It's got heart.
It's got some heart.
Anyway, that's about it for us tonight. We got to wrap things up. But thanks everyone for stopping by and everyone that followed. I needed to install Steam.
We'll figure it out.
Optiplex, man, enjoy your free game. Shoot us a message or something, a direct on Twitch or something like that. Let us know what it was. Just curious. We'll bring it up on the show next time so that people can figure it out. We'll be live next Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here, twitch.tv/Chainsaw Academy, with more Save and Continue, another Steam code giveaway. Next Wednesday, I will be live streaming as well from the PC. Check that out with a bunch of cool stuff.
I might live stream on Twitch.
Yes, he's going to be live streaming
soon.
on this channel
Halo,
as well.
something.
Bunch of Halo. What's out right now? Halo
Master Chief
Collection?
Collection?
Yes, the Master Chief Collection. All that fun stuff. Thanks everyone for joining. We'll see you next time. Hit that follow button. Thanks everybody.